Hello, fellow translators. And oh, it is working. Sorry. For some reason, the light was iffy. Anyway, hopefully this is working. Hopefully you can see me. Hopefully you can hear me. And I am back, and I'm going to talk to you about something that I think you need to get ahead. And the thing is, because I get this question quite a bit, and a lot of people have different things, different apps, different types of business cards or websites or stuff like that. They're saying, oh, will this help? Will this be better? Do you think I should use this? Should I add this? Should I buy this? And stuff like that. And so I kind of wanted to talk about how to get ahead, especially when you're first starting out. And because I have found that the best way to get ahead, especially when you're kind of lost and you don't know how to start, is rather than seeing what you need and what you need to add and what other stuff could help and what new apps you need or what new programs you should get, what new type of website or business cards or this, that, and the other could help, is to actually see what you can take out and try to strip it down to the bare minimum. And so actually I got this idea from this workout thing because I was I follow various workout people online, and one of them was saying, all these people always want to talk about building muscle, getting a six-pack and all that. They're like, the first step you need to do in getting a six-pack is not doing a bunch of sit-ups or do stuff like that, but is actually to eat less. We all have six-packs. It's just that we usually have a layer of fat covering it. And you just need to eat less. And they're like, any type of workout, actually, whatever you do, chances are if you want to do cardio, you want to push weights, anything like that, the first step you should be doing, in fact, probably the first couple of weeks, is just not even working out, but eating less, getting rid of stuff from your diet. And there's this whole idea of taking stuff out and go to the bare minimum before you actually start building up. And I remember I was just thinking about my work and business, and I feel like it's very similar because let's face it, when you get a translation, what do you need? You need, a computer, and you need, which by the way, you can use it in theory. I mean, you could use a computer in your local library, but you need the document from the translator. I mean, from the client. You're the translator. You need a document from the client, and that's it. You take the document from the client, and then you need to translate it into a different language. That's it. That's all you need at the beginning, and plenty of people only have that, by the way. When I first started out, I'm pretty sure that's all I had. I didn't fork over money for any of the other stuff. And that's how I started out. So when you're first starting out, I would say strip it to the bare minimum. And rather than thinking, okay, what stuff can I add to make my life better or more simple or flow more easily or whatever it might be, take it down to the bare minimum. Also, because when you're first starting out, you have no idea. When you're first starting out, A, you have no idea. B, everything is new, and so it kind of complicates your life. And so that's why you should just strip it down. If you're doing translations, just start with a document that needs to be translated. Over time, you will build up stuff that actually help, that you need, and stuff like that. But you'll get a feel for that over time. Don't worry now because this person says that other person says this person is recommending this program or whatever. Besides, you never know why they're recommending it, if maybe their best friend owns that program or if they're getting money for trying to sell you that program or anything like that. But what you should do is kind of just strip it down to the bare minimum and then start from there. So if you're doing a translation, all you need is that document and then start translating and then see what pops up. If you need an online dictionary, well, then you'll search for one and find it. That's how I find my main online dictionaries. I searched for stuff and these dictionaries kept popping up, and so now I use them. I could have gone and found recommendations, but actually I'm happy I did it that way because I got familiar with them right away, and so I learned about them through using them, if you will. And I think it's best to do that. Also, and the main reason is because very often if you keep thinking you need other stuff, you need new stuff, you need better stuff, it's an excuse to delay starting out. And I've discussed this before. When you're first starting out, you're basically scared. And so you find many reasons, many excuses to delay starting out. And these are excuses. And so if you find yourself not starting out because you need a good excuse, well, I don't have my business cards yet. I need to order the good business cards. And before I have that, I need a logo to put on the business cards. And before I do that, I need to find someone to do the logo to put on the business cards. You're just delaying it, okay? You don't need business cards to start out. I didn't have business cards when I first started out. Plenty of people don't. And even now, most of my business cards collect dust. unless I meet people face to face. And, but all the stuff I do online, they don't need a business card. So yeah, start off that way. I'm not saying you won't need business cards, maybe in the future you will, but that doesn't mean you can't start right away. And so just keep that in mind. When you're first starting out, don't ask yourself, what do I need to add to what I have? What else do I need? Ask yourself, what can I take out? How can I make this the bare bones minimum and take it from there? And that's what you should do. Take food out before you start working out, before you take protein shakes or anything like that, take it out of your diet. And likewise here, just take everything out except the bare bones minimum and then work your way up as you're working, as you're doing jobs, as you're performing your translations. You'll get a better feel of what you need, and it'll be what you need, not what other people have decided that you need and then you buy just because it seems like the cool thing to do. So yeah, hopefully you can find that useful, and I think it will be useful to quite a few people, because I hear that question quite often. What more do I need? Should I get that? Should I get this? Should I get this? And quite frankly, if you don't have a need for it now, then I don't think you'll absolutely need it later. By the way, if you do absolutely need something later, you can always get it later. That's not going to be a problem. But don't use that as an excuse not to start out. That's all I'm saying. So hopefully you can find this useful when you're first starting out, especially if you're first starting out. But even if you have already started, hopefully you can find it useful as a way of paring down, and maybe you don't need as many things that are kind of just cluttering up and complicating your life right now. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video. And that's pretty much it. Okay, savedum. Bye.